Welcome back to Midcap Radar. Markets continue to remain sluggish, especially in the last half hour of the trading session. But moving on, an ICRA report suggests that business opportunities worth 2 lakh crore are expected to open up for EPC players over the next decade for the completion of 4 priority interlinking river projects. To discuss this and more, we have Ashish Modani, Senior Vice President and Co-Group Head Corporate Ratings at ICRA. Good afternoon, Ashish. Thank you so much for joining us. First up, give us a context in terms of how exactly do you see these opportunities panning out, also a sense of the timelines as to when exactly do you see these projects come up for bidding, and what is the kind of opportunity that EPC players have?
Hi, good afternoon. So if you look at the overall scheme of things in the river linking project, I think interesting times ahead for the infrastructure sector. The government's focus on the water sector has increased significantly in the last 6 years, which is also reflected in stellar 69% CAGR growth in the budgetary allocation to Jal Shakti Ministry. Now, if you look at the National Water Development Agency, which has identified 30 river linking projects, which is really funded by mix of Government of India's funding and also balanced by the state government. The 30 river linking projects will be connecting 16 peninsular river links and 14 Himalayan river links. And of these 30 projects, 4 projects have been identified as the priority ring projects. At ICRA, we recently did a study of the kind of business opportunities provide for the construction entities. And what we realized that the business opportunities more than 2 lakh crore are expected to open up for the construction entities for the next 10 to 15 years. And it is just start. We are going to see a massive order awarding activity to see in this particular space. Especially if you talk about the 4 priority links projects, the business opportunity itself is 2 lakh crore, of which almost 80,000 crores of projects are expected to be awarded in the next 4 years. So we are expected to see a gradual ramp up, and again, once the other projects also get to the final DPR studies are done and they get into the awarding process, the overall size as of now itself is more than 20 lakh crore. So this, but again, this will be spread over multiple years. There are challenges pertaining to the coordination between various states who has to agree on the water sharing arrangement. But having said that, the kind of opportunity that will come up for the sector is huge in the next 10 years.
Okay. So, Ashish, I try to understand the breakup of these spends as well. And additionally, what are the companies or the EPC companies that have the capabilities to execute this kind of a project? Something like Dredging Corporation, would that also be involved? Because you say it's a huge opportunity, almost 2 lakh crore rupees. So what kind of sectors would be involved here?
So, Sonal, here, primarily the entities present in the irrigation space are the major beneficiaries. As a policy, I won't be able to comment on the company-specific commentary, but almost everybody who is there in the water, in the hydro space, in the construction, who has worked on the dam construction, even people who are benefiting in the recent time on the drinking water segment under Jal Jeevan Mission, those entities, because ultimately you have to work on the canals. So entities present in the canals, in the dams, in the barrages, all of them will benefit out of it. And not only on the construction side, even because this is such a massive project, you will see a lot of demand coming for the equipment supplier also, who will catering like the backhoe loaders and the excavators also here.
Ashish, give us a sense of the timeline. You said that very soon you could see close to 80,000 crore worth of interlinking projects that could come up for bidding. So give us a sense of which is the agency that will be conducting the bidding, which are the key projects, at least the first 2 or 3 projects that could come up for bidding. And when you talk about competitive intensity, is there significant competitive intensity that is seen among EPC players to get a piece of this pie?
So, let me answer it one by one. If we talk about the implementation agency, the implementation agency will be the National Water Development Agency who will be doing it. And interestingly, while I'm talking about the 4 projects, one of the projects has already been awarded. One of the segment of that project is Kane-Bechwa. If you search on it, it's one of the project segment has already been awarded to a large listed entity in the recent time. If you talk about the top 4 projects, we are talking about the Godavari Kaveri project, which is the largest of the 4. And then we are talking about the Kane-Bechwa, Kosi Make, and the Parvati Kalisins. So all these are the 4 top projects which will get awarded in the next 4 to 5 years. but the initial traction has already been there. Now, what we are seeing is, if you look at the budgetary outlay, it is just 5% right now towards the interlinking, right? But again, this once the project get awarded, we will see a huge uptick in this budgetary allocation for this particular segment in the next 2 to 3 years itself.
Okay, all right. We get that point. We would have loved to chat a lot more, but completely out of time, Ashish. Thank you so much for joining in with those interesting updates and what's happening with the infrastructure space. For the markets, let's quickly take a look before we wrap on the show. The mid caps, that index is up 70 points right now. We do have the Nifty, which has come back into the green as well. So 13 points higher on the Nifty. But yes, it is still off the highs of the day. So mid caps have recovered, Nifty has recovered. And a lot of it, if we talk about the stocks which are leading to these gains right now, we have something like a BPCL, which is surged. It's up around 7% right now. We do have Reliance Industries, which has pushed the Nifty higher right now. So Reliance Industries is the reason why you've seen that big move on Nifty. It is at the day's high right now. We have stocks like Bajaj Auto. There is also Maruti Suzuki. Some of these consumption names are also leading to the gains that we are seeing right now. So watch out for this one. We'll maybe see interesting moves again on the markets in last 1 hour of trade. But for now, we'll take your leave on this edition of Mid Cap Radar. Your stocks when we return.